Once upon a time there lived a king whose daughters were all beautiful, but the youngest was so beautiful that the sun itself was astonished. Close by the king's castle lay a great dark forest, and under an old time tree in the forest was a well. When the day was very warm, the king chilled, went out into the forest, and sat down by the side of the cold fountain. And when she was bored, she took a golden ball and threw it up high and caught it, and this ball was her favorite toy. On one occasion, the ball fell into the well, and she began to cry, and cry louder and louder. She could not be comforted. As she was complaining, someone said to her, "What ails you, king's daughter? You cry so much that even a stone will show pity." She looked towards the son of the boys, and saw a frog stretching forth its thicky, ugly head from the water. "Ah, all water splash! Is it you?" she asked. "I am weeping for my golden ball, which has fallen into the well." "Be quiet and do not dip," answered the frog. "I can help you, but what will you give me if I bring your ball back?" "Whatever you want, dear frog," she said. "My clothes, my pearls, jewels, and even the golden crown which I am wearing." The frog answered, "I don't care for your clothes, your pearls and jewels, or your golden crown, but if you will love me and let me be your companion and playfellow, and sit by you at your little table, and eat of your little golden plate, and drink out of your little cup, and sleep in your little bed, if you will promise me this, I will go down below and bring you your golden ball up again." "Oh, yes," she said, "I promise you all you wish, if you will bring me my ball back again." She, however, thought, "How the silly frog does talk! He lives in the water with the other frogs and croaks, and can be no companion to any human being." But the frog put his head into the water and came back with the ball. The king's daughter was glad to see her pretty toy once more. She picked it up and ran away with it. "Wait, wait," said the frog. "Take me with you. I can run as you can." She did not listen to the frog. She ran home and soon forgot the poor frog, who had to go back into his well again.
The next day, when she had seated herself at the table with the king and all the courtiers, and was eating from her little golden plate, something came creeping, splish, splash, up the marble staircase, and when it had got to the top, it knocked at the door and cried, "Princess, youngest princess, open the door for me." She ran to see who was outside, but when she opened the door, there sat the frog. She slammed the door closed in great haste, and sat down to dinner again. She was quite frightened. The king saw her heart was beating violently, and said, "My child, what are you so afraid of?" "Oh, no," replied she, "it's just a disgusting frog." "What does a frog want from you?" "Oh, dear father, yesterday, sitting by the well, playing, my golden ball fell into the water, and I cried. The frog brought it out again for me after I promised him he could be my companion, but I never thought he would be able to come out of his water, and now he's outside and wants to come in the castle with me." In the meantime it knocked a second time and cried, "Princess, youngest princess, open the door for me. Do you not know what you said to me yesterday by the cool waters of the fountain? Princess, youngest princess, open the door for me." "Then," said the king, "you have to keep your promise. Go and let him in." She went and opened the door, and the frog hopped in and followed her step by step to her chair, and he sat and cried, "Lift me up beside you." She delayed until the king commanded her to do it. When the frog was once on the chair, he wanted to be on the table, and when he was on the table, he said, "Now push your little golden plate nearer to me, that we may eat together." She did this, but she didn't look happy at all to be sharing the food with a disgusting frog. But the frog enjoyed what he ate.
Then he said, "I have eaten now. I'm tired. Carry me into your little room, and lay me on the bed, and we will go to sleep." The king's daughter began to cry, because she was afraid of the cold frog which she did not like to touch, and which was now to sleep in her pretty, clean little bed. But the king grew angry and said, "He helped you when you were in trouble. Now you have to look after him." So she took hold of the frog with 2 fingers, carried him upstairs, and put him in a corner. When she was in bed, he crept to her and said, "I am tired. I want to sleep as well as you. Lift me up, or I will tell your father." Then she was terribly angry, and took him up and threw him with all her might against the wall. "Now you will be quiet, you horrible little frog," she said. But when he fell down, he was no frog, but a prince with beautiful kind eyes. He, by her father's will, was now her dear companion and husband. Then he told her how he had been bewitched by a horrible witch, and how no one could have delivered him from the well but herself, and that tomorrow they would go together into his kingdom. They then went to sleep, and next morning, when the sun awoke them, a carriage came driving up with 8 white horses, and behind stood the young king's servant, faithful Henry. Finally, they arrived at the new castle when everybody was happy to see the prince again, and with his princess they lived happily ever after.